Oh, no, just started now. Hi, everybody. Take two. How are you, Felicia?
Hello, Oksana. What is the day today? Is the 6th of February 2022. Yeah?
Right. Yeah.
You are calling from
From Chicago, and you're
yes,
calling from.
Reading, England, Berkshire. And today we are here because tell us you had a lot of requests, but especially this one that really we want to have a look today.
Yeah, this one special person. You can tell he's really speaking from the heart, and he's asking about to research on the situation in Italy. That's where he lives, and I have friends in Italy, very dear family to me, who helped me a lot in my life. They live in Riparbella, nearby Livorno,
I
Pisa.
like your accent, Barbella.
Ah, sì, mi piace molto. È una piccola città. Uh, well, so we're gonna research on that, and so because people are getting really fed up there and ready to see the truth.
I feel, very, connected in this investigation because, as people knows, I'm Italian, especially with this accent, and yes, the situation is really, really, bad. I'm very preoccupied for in Italy what is going on. I think they choose a few countries in Europe to start a plan that is a big plan for these, you know, um, I can call, entities because they're not anymore humans, what they're doing right now. And yes, I can start telling you, I checked the Italian energy is only 50%. It's quite low. And yes, I am quite concerned about it. Also, our the Italian first minister is we call a technician minister because he replaced the previous one with nobody wanted because he was from this guy was trying to be a bit revolutionary with the politics, even if we know it's all a program, is hologram. But Mario Draghi, he worked always for JP Morgan, for the big banks, and he was the treasuries in the EU, in a Europe economy. I checked if he's a reptiloid, and I had a big yes. And the percentage of DNA, a human DNA, is just 20%. Now we want to have a look what is going on with this situation in Italy, which because the people is not, if you don't basically allow the, if you don't accept the impositions to be in the situation, you're not allowed to work, you're not allowed to go to school, you're not allowed to have a voice. Basically, children is obliged to be in the situation, and many children are dying in Italy for heart attack, and they have a lot of complications. Young generation, which they have a strong immunity system, they are basically in trouble. Even a lot people that do sports, they can't do sport anymore because they have clots in the blood. And this is a situation that even the old people that they refuse to be in the situation, they're not allowed to go to collect their pension. That is for I call the new Holocaust that can be global, which is more sophisticated and dangerous. Okay, so Oksana, when you're ready, just you can start.
Yeah, I'm ready. I see the Italy now from like far away, from above. It's almost like they're trying to take it out and replace it with something. And when I said replace it with something, I see like a big marble white castle type. Rebuild, because they want it for themselves. It's a sacred place. And they would build, I'm just like in a projection of Italy that they want to create. It has a lot of castles with, they look from above like squares, and they have these peaks on top, very kind of like Gothic style. And this Draghi is, it just, and I see lots of dragons flying, like this dark black dragons with big wings flying into that spot. Like they're gonna be their new nest, royal nest. That's what they said.
Oh.
And right now, energetically, they cannot do it because there's still resistance, or there is still high vibrational people despite this, all what's happening. Um, the world is getting, it's been divided before, but it feels like right now they need to grab energetically a territory, pronounce it theirs, for this territory to manifest in other, yet another Earth projection. You know what I mean? It's like they are duplicating, like AI would copy this reality and take a copy out of the machine and put it in some other space. But there's something about the sea there, the underground, the under the water, that is a big thing for them. It's like a huge stargate that they can use to connect to other realities, and they have to take it over. There's some certain spots. So I feel like the countries that's been the most targeted are the ones that have those huge stargates that are sewn into the fabric of cosmos, of this universe. And if you don't own one of them, it's like you're stuck. They would be stuck here, like in a prison.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can close these stargates, and we can keep them now as prisoners. The tables are going to be reversed, and they are fighting, wanting it. But right now is like a moment of truth, and they need to reveal themselves. So that's why his second name is, you know, like basically. He's telling people right out of, to their faces, hey, that's who I am. And on the other side of the coin, people who are supposed to stand up for themselves and see for themselves. And this situation should press everybody against the wall, even those who took what they wanted them to take.
Okay. Do you think that the people they are basically forced to be in that situation because obviously they're not allowed to work, they're not allowed to basically to the freedom is basically is a very mysterious word in Italy now, and I think that is the strategy of Draghi was to basically put in the knee the population. Okay, because I have these cards here, Ace of Pentacle and Ten of Swords, which is very bad. They try first to control the people economically. I think this strategy of because we know that this man is a bankman, yeah. He always worked with the money, and this is what I think the strategy is to basically they forced people to to know everything about their life, what they have in the banks, and they are controlled. And what I see here is then they are forced to be in the situation which they can go in the portal in this Stargate which you see, and they basically I see when I was telling this I visualize like a big tube, like a glass tube, all these souls going up, and the bodies that they work is like zombies. So how we can stop this target? How we can close them? How can we awake these people, shake them?
When you were talking, like I could see him, and he's sitting. He has like a dragon on his throne, and he says, "El mio popolo è la spazzatura del mio posto," like
Mhm.
the garbage of my place. So I'm just gonna throw them out, and I'm gonna turn them into slaves. So he wants souls totally separated from their bodies stuffed with programs. Um, and that's basically because he still needs souls for energy, but he doesn't want souls in the bodies, and that's what's happening. But he knows that he can only do to a certain percentage of population, and that the other countries are the same. But the only thing is, they kind of shock themselves. They're getting scared, by the way, at the moment, because through that looking glass technology that they have, right, available, I mean, they can see that they are losing here big time. I mean, it looks in the reality in the physical lags, okay, lags behind from what is already happened.
Mhm.
What I see that the people, I mean, I see this like uh, picture that is kind of like horrible in a way, because I see people like literally like crawling in their knees and saying like, I see the truth now, but it's too late type thing. So it's too late for them in a way that they have to work hard to recover,
Yes.
because there's damage been done and it's a physical body, so it has to be undone. And if you catch it on time, it's kind of like cancer. If you catch it on time, that they make you believe that you can reverse it or whatever. And the metaphor maybe not the best, but it kind of, I see it's like your energy, the energetically Italy looks like there's big holes.
Yeah.
And
So what about this restriction that they are basically in such a very strict way? Is only Italy? Austria is like, it's basically the twin, the little twin of Italy, because basically Austria was the land of Hitler, and in Austria they are imprisoning the people in a lockdown, the people that refuse to be the situation. So I see these restrictions. Example, I can't fly to visit my mother because I have to agree to be in that situation, which I absolutely not want, because my body is my body. I'm not a slave, and I don't want any mark in my body, any sting, nothing. So this says between before there was 9 months that you have to use this green pass. They call now super green pass, because they are even thinking to this boost that is after three situations, there will be a fourth situation basically in for the Italians. Many people, they can't even use the green pass. They are already in the situation. It's a big chaos. I'm surprised that uh, nothing happened, because they were so good. The strategy of making people asleep and collect their soul for their body was a very sophisticated strategy, which I agree what you're saying. And yes, this says between 9 months, now is 6 months. Do you think this green pass, it will take 6 months or will be crashed down?
I see like within the next 4 months, it's gonna go down, because I honestly, I'm looking at the whole world. When you said Austria, I right away saw um, Hitler's soul working still in the astral and
Yeah.
doing his stuff. But he's in a big laboratory with a lot of mantis and a
Mm.
lot of rays there. So in basically, but behind this project, there are tall whites. They're like Nordics are there with him. He's a product of theirs. You know, they literally genetically created him, and to work at the physical level, but now he's working at the astral level. And so if draconians want to occupy Italy, Nordics want to occupy Austria because that's where their genetic bank is located. There's a lot of souls incarnated there in the
Yeah,
human bodies that carry that DNA that they value a lot.
I
So
saw that in the lab, just when he was mentioning, I visualized this, like with this guy with a uniform, like a dog, that, you know, this guys, this biologist, the scientists, with like the hair is not like hair, like fake, and the eyes like was like glass. And that is, and this was a real scientist before, and now he's just a, but it is like it's not real. Oh, that is very, that is bad. I saw that, and yes, in these big labs, big labs.
yeah,
The
there.
labs is all around Europe actually. Brr, makes me feel. Ugh.
It's like they are damaging the souls to the point. They're not only that they're damaging the bodies, but they're damaging the souls, and then they kind of stretch them out in the shape and form of a different, like miniature stargates, like walking portals, I would say. So they can be used for different beings from the universe 1 and universe 2, below dimensional beings like demonic ones, to come through them into this reality to suppress people because they're very frustrated. People are getting together and getting united. You know, it makes me feel like they're a bit delusional, to be honest, because the end is clear. We won here. But they're delusional that they can still grab a spot on this planet, but they really cannot, because they divided it into different concentration camps in a way. There is one that is called the map of the Earth. There are other concentration camps like away from it on the other side of, you know, it's like Earth is it's like Earth is um, like a copy of the moon in a way, except the moon doesn't have the surface anything like we have, nature and all that. But there is this dark side of the moon. And there's the opposite. There's a beautiful side of Earth. We don't know. We don't have access to it. But when the soul fails, we're gonna see the beautiful side. But we also gonna see the dark side of the moon. You know.
So they will be exposed. That's what we everybody wants, you know, the people that really don't believe in this scam, in this project, in this big plan. When you mentioned before, you know, the all these, draconians, little, you know, draconians flying, and what do they eat? They eat real people because and we know they like meat, they like souls. They eat, but they destroy. So, do you think all the people they are dying currently in Italy, or they are because many crazy things is happening in Italy? Even when I check the percentage of the energy is 50%, which is very low. In fact, the crimes are raising a really big point. Many people they are killing each other in families. Children are really a lot of children are done in Italy for a way or another.
That's connected to the research I just told
Yeah.
you about. They're grabbing the souls. They get them pinned to the beds. They strap them into the, bring them to the lab, put them to the beds, and then do something. They insert technology that makes them into like mini stargates, mini portals that they connect to the other different spaces or universes or dimensions, that low vibrational beings can come through through them into, because they're still connected right after death, right? The physical, to the spot where they came from, which is Italy. And in, like, it's an infestation of low vibrational beings on the Italians, as well as, Austrians or other people. And that's why people feel it. People really do feel it. And from the last power energetically that they have, they want to protest this because nothing feels good anymore. They have this, they're sabotaging this connection. Even those people who didn't take the stuff they wanted them to take, they feel sabotaged inside. And
Mm-hmm.
something's wrong with the soul body connection going on, that they need to protect.
In this effect. This effect is very dangerous, poisoning.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I can see the tower in the reading. The tower is connected with the family structure, yeah. And I don't know. I feel that they even shooting in the heart of the family as a structure. Many family they are disgregating. This not the value about to be united. If you're not united in your home, husband against wife or grandfathers against each other, you destroy this. The basically one of the important things in our life, which is family, and they're destroying this. Um,
yeah, because the consciousness is always growing, they're aware of it. So they cannot use the old techniques when they would just like come in big groups, like Nazis used to come to, different planets, not only Earth, they did that. I mean, they did it to me when I was incarnated on Sirius. And they would come in big groups and take kids and separate them from adults and take them, on spaceships and use them. But they cannot do this anymore. But they can turn your family members at you and destroy.
mhm.
Like, so exactly what you said.
uh, I saw before when it was mentioned the labs is basically this is the quarters in Italy. Can you tell me where they are, these big labs, where they are doing because I feel they are still spreading the situation. Apparently after this situation will be another one soon because they need to, to dare il colpo mortale, the final shot to the people with another situation, another virus, basically. So, where is the headquarters in Italy, and which one the most important that we have to work energetically to screw them up?
A Roma, I mean Vaticano.
Roma and Vaticano. I feel it that the Vaticano was involved, like always. Okay, this is the big one. Is in the
It's like the center of the carousel that is spinning. You know what I mean? Or the eye of a hurricane. It tries to stir things up, and in stirring things up, it's like through the strings that are being thrown in that, like a lasso, they control. It's like a control system. And as long as they can spin, they'll be trying hard to continue their control. But I mean, underneath, it's multi-layered system. It's literally like a big like if you put like a cylindrical structure, if you can imagine, with round rooms, and you insert it in deep underground. That's how I see it, with multiple floors. Each floor has its own either laboratory, or either, there are scientists there, and there's some rooms are for sacrifice, specifically connected to the some sort of looking like a train stations where politicians come and do it together. It's like black magic type thing, rituals and
right.
this kind of stuff.
Do you know many Italian girls, young people, children, they disappear like in the nothing, completely disappear from the face of the earth. Do you think that they are in these headquarters like Rome? Because I think they have some few big ones as well. I visualize Rome for sure. And because do you see that these children and these young girls that they disappeared in Italy, they was used as an experiment or just meat to eat?
You know, it's like they have these focal points pretty much in each territory. Um, and then in that focal point, they have a mini kind of laboratory underground, and the same thing underground facility for doing the sacrifice, because they kind of have to form, you know what they form? They form like a star type, if you look from above. So they need to get in. So there's ley lines. There is nodes on ley lines. So you have to build something on that ley line to take over energetically. A lot of cities connected to it, a lot of areas where people live, and you have to charge it up with a negative instead of positive vibration. And that's where they would do their stuff, their rituals, because that way it's kind of like they have the antennas pointing all at the obelisk of Rome, of that piazza, right? I mean, it's all like antennas pointing there, and that's how the structure we have to bring it down, to break it, because that's what's still keeping them there. It's like a beehive of darkness concentrated in one spot. Um, and they have all kinds of symbology that is emanating, that is collecting the energy from all of us, visiting it, and giving it to them. If people just understood that and stopped going there, but you know, they got so many people who still believe in their religion and their, so that's how it, you know, that's just purely existing on people's energy and grabbing people for their black magic rituals to continue in that little pocket that they got of time for themselves. They still want to carry on because for some reason it's like I see them as AI, and I feel like AI, like they're like psychopaths. They don't understand they're gonna be destroyed at some point. They
Mhm.
live an eternal life.
Because they don't have consciousness. They don't have any. This is why they have a low energy. This is why they can't never ever be like us. So, can I ask you just? I mean, can you check in Italy we have the two little islands? Yes, it's Sardinia and Sicily. Is there any big labs there? And where? North or south? Okay, we start with Sardinia. Is there
Just
any
gave me the chills.
really?
Saw it on black, like all black, like burned up or something. Yeah, there's just a giant metallic type cylindrical kind of like, but flat cylindrical like oval more laboratory or something under the ocean, under the seafloor.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so
because
there's
in the
like
past
of
it was
those.
used like experimental place, but and now it's really concerning. That makes sense. Yeah, sorry, I interrupt you.
The Sardinia is like the opposite of Sicily to me. It makes me feel good, and in like my chest, it's warm. Um, because the duality balance. One place is dark, another one is light.
Like a yin and yang. But you see this in Sardinia.
I see Sardinia as a nice place, even though I see. Wait, there is some caves, and in the caves they have some reptilians living clearly.
Yeah. What about? Can I give you this name? Supramonte is like a park where many people hid it in the past. Outlaws, and apparently they find a very old caves that they find even some Anunnaki, the
Yeah.
skeletons. So, do you think these reptilians are? living there now, or they are in different, you know, quarters, headquarters.
There's also some snake, they're like water snake. There are people, there are amphibians and they're shapeshifters also. They can walk and they wear these capes, the dark capes. They look like they look like dark green, and they in the sun they become like almost like light, and they go to back to dark green when they are in the water. It's like chameleons or something.
Yeah, ugh, I saw them. They're ugly. They have stains like, you know, the gepard. They have this paws, but dark brown.
Yes, dark stain,
Yeah.
dark scaly kind of slimy skin.
And they can be people in the day at the day normal days. Yeah.
They can hold shapes in time when they get attached to a certain amount of people. They can come out. But the thing is, this place is like they're sitting there because I see some interesting crystal there. It's shaped as a giant looking egg
Mm-hmm.
into the cave system. It's all the way inside. And I see this big snake. It's almost like in the movies, like constantly circulating around it.
Yeah.
As I understand, she cannot open it, but she's guarding it.
Is this a snake? It's possible that can eat people. It's in need to survive. How it? What energy this snake needs to be very active?
It's connected to a lot of people who are in the government or whatever that is local group, because it's like she goes like the power is in this the egg like that.
It's like a dog that is on guard of the house. Yeah, so it's checking.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the real history that would empower people is in the egg, the real story. I see an interesting thing. I see like your island, but it more like shaped like kind of like a heel, right? And then they leveled it down somehow. But then I see on the heel there is like from top there is a big spaceship comes, and from that spaceship there are just this very tall alien type beings come with big eyes. They're like bright green. When I touch them, they have this reptilian DNA in them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like they're from Centauri constellation, and they have the crowns on like golden crowns on their heads. But they also say that they're partially belonging to Anunnaki people. But they came here to pronounce, it's like to claim the land. And they're going in a procession of, let's say it's like around 100 of those beings came from this giant spaceship, and they're going down. And they're holding the one in front is holding the egg, and he's gonna put and save this egg there. This egg, it's like a crystal that absorbs information from the land. It literally has all the history, not only of this island, peninsula, but also all the history of the so-called Earth. Like
Mm-hmm.
there, and also in there is how to defeat the snake people, the reptilians,
Okay, what
and
do you think if we can cut off the head of this big snake with a massive axe?
I feel like I can give it a like electric shock type thing
Yeah.
because she's afraid of me.
Mm-hmm. Can we connect me and you at the count of three? Me and you, we can send this electric shock and then we can make it disappear in a portal because she doesn't belong, the snake,
She's
to.
sitting down, but I'm standing in. I put my hands on the egg and I see this land. It's like it's like there's gonna be a big crack in the earth right in the middle where the equator is.
Mm-hmm.
I see it energetically, okay? It's not like, oh, disaster's coming. No, not like that. And then from that crack, the energy from the middle of the earth, which looks like gold, like liquid gold pouring out,
Okay.
everything. And all these creatures, they lose their bodies. Like they lost their bodies, and I see the energetic imprints, I can only call it imprints, going up in the sky, like they're living.
What we have to do is destroy all the heads with electric shocks. I was definitely visualizing the completely destroyed. I feel like you know what you call this naked. Look at me. You know the anguilla. How you call? This. It's not as a fish, but it's not a snake. They are people eat this kind of anguilla is the name. I don't remember the name in English.
I know,
The
like,
poor people apparently they eat these during the war, and sometimes they even suck blood. Okay, sanguisuge. You know this little animal. They when you go in a dump, basically they suck the blood. But this was more long, the longest. The people even can eat. I felt that this snake, this massive one with a massive head, with this horrible. But I saw this shrine and go to the portal. This is why we have, electric shock all to these beings from the head, completely destroy because in the head this is their informations that we can use to destroy them instead, to go away and destroy. Just we can keep the informations because we have all the names, they have all basically the projects and the plans about these, beings. Can I ask you? Okay, that is amazing. Okay, tell me, is in Sardinia is basically this basically that the quarter that we're going to in any way to destroy is just one or more than one?
it's really amazing when you were talking. It's like when I hold my hands on the egg, it goes like, ding, and I hear like bells, and then and then you focus my attention on the water snake, like it's kind of like a bottom of the ocean type fish, looks like a snake, and it starts saying like encyclopedia would say in this voice. Well, the beings came to Earth to destroy the beautiful high vibrational beings like mermaids, what you know of, and others like whales and dolphins. They would attack them one by one, and at some point they understood that they have to shift into other dimension to be saved as species. It's like it starts telling me the story. It's just kind of fascinating.
Yeah, what about if we can send all this information that these snakes, these horrible beasts created in a lab by these entities, because this is the projection, is the hologram. We can give it information to all the dolphins, whales from the sea world, how to protect them. They have to recognize that they are outsiders, but dangerous outsider, predators, and that we can that they can definitely not allow them to survive, not in water, not in earth, anywhere. Okay, and this information we're going to spread even to all Sardinians as Italians. And we can do this the same in Sicily. Sicily, they have as well the same situation. um, what in Sicily, I know there are a lot. It's quite a difficult the situation in Sicily. How many labs they have roughly that we can destroy right now?
In Sicily, I got the number 52, and
52.
I also understood like you know. So I was told by the egg that the when you reside in a body on a water planet, the whole cosmos becomes like water to you, and it has water passages and connections to other water planets, and that's how I was connected to Earth, because it used to be a water planet, and I used to be on Sirius B as this amphibian being. And it's like you swim through portals to water planets to visit and experience for fun how it feels to be alive there in the body. You project your own body and you go there, and then like you can go back at any time. But a lot of beings right now incarnated on Earth in human bodies, they came as whales and dolphins to those times when the planet Earth Terra was still water-based planet, and they got locked in by the reptilian beings because they couldn't find those water passages, uh, going through space back to the planets they came from anymore.
You
But
know
they
what?
do.
Sorry if I interrupt you. You know, I have the 52. I have a 7. Yeah, but in Roman numbers, it is the chariot. When I was talking about Sicily, and yes, I can see that they use in Sicily like a transport. Like it's like you. Let's say that they from there they can spread spread the situation. They say they spread the informations and everything that is. I can see the chariot here. It is a number 52. Okay, 52. So, and Sicily is like maybe a place where they can distribution. Let's say that from Rome. Okay.
It's like, I see literally like cages with people in there under it. And then I see like a big, it's like mm, how like a giant missile would look like? I feel like they can explode it too to create a giant portal for themselves to retreat when time comes and they feel like vibrationally they cannot live here anymore.
Okay.
There are all kinds of stuff in there. It's like their headquarters or something.
Yeah, it's definitely I can feel that they are under pressure. I think they are rushing because I have the 7 of Wands, which is somebody that is fighting against. I think these entities are basically under pressure right now because the information are becoming they are exposed basically. And if you notice, everybody is awakening around the world. They are stopping. They become to be free, except Italy, Austria, Germany, all these countries with a very bad reputation in history. Okay, what a surprise that they are the same countries involved in this, let's say, experiments. So I would like with you because you have a fantastic energy, and together we know we can be very, very powerful. So this is why not many people can handle us. We just can send all this information and like a wave that people can see is like a thunder in the sky, but that the shock wave can kill the beings, and also they can reveal themselves. Yes, I can say 1, 2, 3, and I can see this big thunder in the sky, in the really blue sky. But basically make these beings really, really, really low, without force, sleepy, that they can reveal their real colors, their real body, their real plan. Okay, and especially to Mario Draghi, I send him a very important message to him, like a shock wave that he can be exposed. You know what? I saw him part of here of his head is metallic. It's not even, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's not. It has only 20% of human DNA, and
It's
it's
remote.
terrible. It's just as I felt metallic.
Yeah. Yeah, because he has, there's like, instead of the heart, there is a box. Instead of the brain, there is a box. So it's all programs.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you see his face, his eyes. it's like, when the skin that is used and reused, and they try to reproduce the cells. It's like, oh my God, like what you call, this, in the ancients they use in no, pergamena, la pergamena, this very old paper, yeah.
For garments. Yeah.
So this skin is like it stinks as well, like his energy is stinks very low. It can't be what is planning to be. He want to be huge, but we know what's happened to the dragons, yeah, to the dragons, and it's
Right.
trying to produce itself.
If you see, I see you like in a big, like I see you, your energy body as you are now, but you're like hundreds of times bigger, and you're walking with a big smile. Uh, if
No,
you
every time I have something to do with this
destruction
crap,
man.
I feel to cough. I always coughing, because I rejecting this crap energy. I can feel every time when I connect with these disgusting entities. I cough. This is my when I rejecting. They're trying to get inside, but they sorry. There's no room here.
No, you're like hurricane. I mean, and and then you like unfold like a big carpet, and it looks like cosmos with lots of stars and galaxies in you, and then you shapeshift into a large sea star, and then you fold back into a big sphere. Like you change your shape all the time. It's really funny, and then you emerge like your own face, and you say, "See what I can do."
But I
uh,
saw you. I mean, you are in this. I see you that we are like a group because I see that it's like we have in a big room which is dark. Then you switch on the light and then you can see everybody. Hello, surprise! And
mm.
you are sit. You're sit. I can see you sitting, laughing
Yeah, I've been
like
laughing.
a big table of
Millions.
a reunion.
Yeah, nothing makes sense. Yeah, well, the truth is we all won. It just kind of like we're regrouping right now for the final fight.
Mhm.
It's going to be an energetic fight, but also at the physical level, because we are just going to say until you fall apart or you give the power to us, we are going to stay and stand our ground here. And because people feel more united, see, they're trying to break us into kind of separate us more. The more they try to separate us, the more they get the bounce effect back, and we get more
The
united.
more the people follow us.
Because that's a time of unity they don't understand. The cosmic energies have cycles, and the cycles are all pre-programmed by us creators. We are the creators of this. They have no right and no power to interfere in our creation. At the end of this all, we are the
Mhm.
ones who created it. So we are
Okay, we're going to send this beautiful light to all this country. They felt abandoned, they felt neglected by the rest, because it's like, oh, somebody must be a guinea pig and feel that is like the sacrifice was chosen. Okay, so all this information we're going to send all the Italians, all those Austrians people, and all to the Germans people that they are fighting constantly against. So can we give some provisions here when Italy will be free from all this crap?
I just saw myself like that blue body, and I heard the voice,
Mhm.
myself telling me in the physical that all the restrictions are going to be lifted. It's going to be lifted. And then I see 4 months, you know.
4 months. Okay, that is interesting.
During the 4 months, that's going to be the revolution happening. It's going to,
Fantastic.
but it's going to get better to the point that people are going to lose fear because people are going to start supporting each other.
Exactly, because fear was the strategy. Fear was the basically the program that they invested in the media with creating even the spotlights. The spot zones like Bergamo. They choosing places where they are. Can I ask you if they're still spreading the situation in Italy?
You know what? Those spots that they're in the world map that are suppressed the most, they're gonna stand up the strongest against the rules, the rules that they're gonna try to install. That's gonna backfire. I see it clearly. The controllers who try to suppress those people, it's just they're gonna fall first in those zones of the world.
Okay, is even Austria, Germany will follow this,
Yeah,
freedom, this awakening. Yeah, cool.
and the,
I checking now Italy. I was 50%, and I checking what is the energy. Well, we're going to raise in the next, let's say, uh, few hours and days.
I just fast forwarded it like 5 months, and I see Nordics are gone. They collected their.
Fantastic, 90%, Oksana. We give a lot information. Basically, the subliminal information they already sent it. They are working already. That is a great news. 90% is big. Is I still big, and this other 10% probably will be completed in this 4th month. That makes sense.
Yeah, because they're just gonna see. The thing is, they'll still get some genetic information because they're obsessed with this idea to make a superhuman race, because human DNA is very, very special. It's like we don't realize how special we are really, but for them it's more than anything. But they're gonna leave for sure.
This is why they call the
They're
super
gonna
green pass,
use Mhm.
Super green pass, superhuman race. Green pass, green like the reptilian. The green is the color. I mean, I love green, but people, I love every color. But in this case, the green pass is associated with the skin, basically. That can change. Green to dark. Green, a super green pass is because this is they basically code of communication to is like basically the final the basically the resolution of the situation, the complete, like the extermination, like the Holocaust. So it's like the super green pass is like the completion of the work.
Right. And it's also like the color green symbology type thing for humans that they embed in our heads, and it gives you freedom of moving, but it's inverted freedom. Yeah.
In
You have
fact, they communicate with codes. I'm not surprised that they have names like Delta, Omicron, which come from planets. So it's like a map basically. If you really, really we stop and look, we have a map in front of us with the locations, with the names even Draghi, Omicron, Delta, Biden, Bin Laden, Biden, Bin Laden. It's all a connection. You think that Biden is in connected with Bin Laden? It makes me laugh, but I will not even surprised because it's the same bunch of people. It's like the same soup, just with the same vegetables that they are fake, but they are used over again. This is what I feel. It's always the same crap.
Plus, it's like a big button. Imagine in the like I see this it's like a big keyboard, right? This reality is like a big keyboard. Each key on the board has the name, the specific key name that you pronounce in this environment. The more people pronounce that name, that word that carries particular frequency and particular vibrational pattern to it, the more they embed it into the fabric of this reality, the more they create of the same. So we have to be very careful with words, you not even pronounce their words, what they call those things. Because if you are not aware how they use the words and how they use us as creators who pronounce the words, then they will be creating over and over the
It's
same.
like a spell. It's like a spell. Like
Yeah,
the word
exactly.
fear. If you use it over, becomes real, become a monster, become the cuckoo, in the closet. So it's yeah, I get what you say. Guys, be careful when you repeat these words. They are just a denial of our life. This is against our life, against our energy. Yeah, we need to use always the words beautiful words like water, freedom. Repeat over and over happiness, because happiness is basically the reverse of, we know we don't want to use again this word. So Roxana, because we are 1 hour 16, I don't want to make you too tired. I know you're very busy, mom. Any message for everybody, for the Italians, for the Germans, Austrian, and Europe, and the rest of the world? Because we are always thinking that the good, the good people always win against who wants be the one sabotage, peace and harmony. So, and they are doing a good job of what I can see, but we are stronger than them. So, what is your message?
Stay on your path. Everybody knows their own path. Nobody can tell you what your path is, but you can feel through it. It's kind of like walking with your eyes closed and feeling through from inside. And I see the main centers to feel through is your gut, your stomach, and your heart. It's kind of like those, not the hand.
Okay, what word we can as a spell for all the people like us that listen this video that we can use in terms to be protected and free, because everybody starting to repeat the same word that has a beautiful and infinity vibration that can make us untouchable, strong.
New reality for us. It's like I see it unfolding like a rose opening, and we're just kind of given birth to this reality. It's like, when I just see this little chicken emerging from the shell, like breaking the shell. That's kind of like our stage right now. And if you like hold your hands and make the little chicken warm, right? He'll break
Mhm.
through the shell faster. So we kind of have to stay together. It's not that physically, but energetically in our hands. You know, um, we just should feel, or it feels that way when you enter that particular space when everything is already created and all the old is already gone. But what you got the knowledge of the history of the planet back into you. You feel very fulfilled. You feel very like, um, whole, and it's like I see a big circle of the original sun portal that has nothing to do with the sun that we see, but that's kind of like you feel like your original self. And that's the idea. You just have to feel through and go back to your original self, who you really are, right? What is this to feel this nice inside yourself all the time, even if you see something happening around, but you in your thoughts connected to the other people who want the change and who make the change happen. Because when you believe that change is happening, it's happening. If you believe it's already happened, it already happened in the astral. You created it together.
Yeah. This is why I have all my portals with me. You know, with even in the past, it told me every time there is something that bothers us, that bothers you, that is negative, open the portal, chuck there like a garbage, trash, which transforms in recycle positive vibration. So I have here, you can open your eyes, and you know, Oksana, you are amazing, like always. You are powerful, and we can call, guys, these new words, if you agree, new reality for us. So is NRF. This is our words. With the stars, we can have the heart. So we can. What do you think?
Yeah, it came to me new reality. Also, I found it interesting that you said 1 hour 16,
Mm-hmm.
because it's my birthday, and I only see it when, I did something good or something's like coming the right way. But yeah, it's
That is amazing. I mean, it makes feel us a lot, feel full of optimism, and yes, and I can see definitely this big rainbow of energy, a cleanse, a big cleanse in the world. So all the people that I know, they felt tired, sleepy. I know I can read sometimes comments of people that really they find it hard to get the energy. Just create your own energy source.
right.
Focus. Don't wait to other people to tell you what to do. You can create it, your own source, with a rainbow, the waterfall of light that is it cleans you, and then all basically the residues of bad energy. Open the portal, chuck there in there like a garbage place, and shut, and you are clean, guys. If you do every time for anything, even before go to sleep, protect yourself, guys, with this waterfall of energy, because in the night, remember, when your subconscious flies, your basically soul and spirit flies all the time, is exploring, is not protected by our body. And this is why the entities sometimes they kidnap the spirit, and the body when it wakes up is just numb. Is not that is basically is obeying, because we are kidnapped. I mean the spirits. So you have to ask your spirit to come back in your body, to give the information to your spirit how to protect yourself, what it needs to come back in your body, that it never lose yourself, okay? To give the information, connect with yourself, with your inner self, because many people they wait for wizards, magicians, charlatans to tell you what life you have to live, but it's you have all.
Yeah,
It's all
we
inside
are
of you.
the ones who know.
This is why everybody wants humans. This is why everybody wants to steal our energy. This is why they're creating these bloody situations to control us, because we are amazing beings.
Makes
And
no
anyway,
sense. Thank you.
thank you so much, Oksana. And yes, that was great. I hope this can give a lot, of happiness and hope to all the people that they are really having problems right now. So, ciao, 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 ciao
Oh,
Italia e ciao world.
no.